Hello, IK here. Welcome to postsSlice part 4. This is how I learn with ChatGPT. Uh, Here is my question. I copy this syntax. It is from here. It is from here. I copy this page post delete, only this. Copy this and copy this first one. When we see other context, we understand. But without context, it is very, very confused for beginners, like was me. But when you see only this script, there is no difference. It is confused for beginners. You're right. But what I think, what is action creator? What is tank? What is standard function? Like here, handle delete. You're right. Seeing just the dispatch post delete or handle delete lines without context can be confusing for beginners. Let's clarify how to distinguish between them by understanding the context and purpose behind each pattern. Now it is interesting. Look at how we connect. You will see later how I go with my question to what I want to know, what I want explanation from ChatGPT. Now, artificial identifying tanks, action creator, and regular function. Okay, now we crystallize three options: tanks, action creators, and regular function. A tank. A tank pattern uses create asynchron tank or a function that returns another function. And it is something bad construction what repeat and repeat artificial intelligence, but nothing said. Nothing said. Look at uses. It is tank pattern uses create asynchron tank or a function that returns another function. It is catastrophe construction, catastrophe explanation. Here is post delete created by create asynchron tank. Users dispatch post delete ID purpose for asynchron operations that may involve API calls or other side effects before dispatching an action. I will concentrate on this immediately. I don't read further. I concentrate on this, copy this, or more, and copy in a new question, because other not interesting. This sentence is interesting for me and for you, maybe. I must go back. Look at how long explanation, how long explanation again here, identification looks for create asynchronous tank or a function that returns function. Again, look for create action tank or a function that returns function. And down. All other is okay. Action creator, create action, and the regular function. It's all is okay. But here it is. Here is copy what I copy. Identification. Look for create asynchronous tank or a function that returns a function. And equal sign of equal, and it was copy. Now I write name all that function concretely. Which function return which function. And ChatGPT, let's specifically identify each function from example you provided and describe which function return which function. Tank 1, React Redux app plus remote mock server. Copy this post delete function, and now is interesting. Function post delete returns a function that performs the asynchronous operation and dispatches actions. Again, catastrophe. When you dispatch post delete, it returns an asynchronous function, the tank, that performs the Axios delete operation and handles dispatching of the pending, fulfilled, and rejected action. Look at this. When you dispatch post delete, it returns asynchronous function, tank, etc. That performs Axios, etc. Okay. Again, when you dispatch post delete, it returns an asynchronous function, the tank. Asynchronous function, the tank. Let's get down. I copy it. My question next. It is okay, repeating, always the same. Look at, it is my question. Tank function, create asynchronous tank. It is copy. Function name, post delete. Function name, post delete. Returns, it is copy. An asynchronous function tank that performs side effects, e.g. API calls and dispatches actions. Equal. Now my text. But for me, function post delete don't returns an asynchronous function tank that performs side effects, but capital letters, but it is an asynchronous function tank that performs side effects. Here is a very, very important moment where artificial intelligence understands, you will see now, understand what I think and understand own wrong explanation. Here is that moment where I with copy concretely part of text of artificial sign equal, and I said, but for me, function post delete don't returns an asynchronous function time that performs side effect, but it is an asynchronous function time that performs side effect. You're right. Look at, you're right. You're right. The function post delete created using create asynchronous tank is the asynchronous function tank that performs the side effect. Let's clarify this further. It is not. I don't. It is not interesting longer. This is a moment how I and artificial intelligence and I find cross section. My idea, my thinking, and cross section. Chat GPT respond. My question, my statement, artificial, and always I always make like the copy part of text and concretely with same word concretely said what is problem. And you're right, the function post delete was created, have been created using create asynchronous, is the asynchronous function tank. It is tank. And here is a moment that was very, very important. It means that when we don't need asynchronous process, when we had data in memory, then we have all processes synchronized. Redux understand that synchronize. In that situation, we dispatch action creator. And action creator, like its name said, create action object. It means we dispatch action object. But when we have asynchronous process, when we need get data from a remote server, in our example, mock server, then we dispatch tank, not action creator, but tank. And that tank must at first, that tank, there is a lot of job, must get, must request, get method, send request to server and receive the response, response data, and that request return, that request function return promise, and promise return response data. That response data go in extra reducer, and in extra reducer will be created, would be created action pending type action fulfilled or action rejected. It is story. And who is here creator? Tank. Tank is have only one of job is creator, extra reducer. Tank is action creator. And not one action, but three actions, pending, fulfilled, and rejected. But even two happened. Pending always happen, but action type fulfilled or rejected depend what happened in that transmission. Uh, it is now very clear why we must think about extra reducer and like something special for like it is action creator. No, complete tank is action creator because action creator cannot create without data. Who give data? Promise response data. Who give data to promise? Request, asynchronous request, and all together create action, plain object action with type, action type, and payload, action payload. And it creates action creator and it creates tank. But tank must exist as part of middleware, and it exists because asynchronous request, because side effect. Any side effect, not only fetch data from remote server. Any side effect we can code thanks to tank, by tank. Only tank can be useful in synchronized process also. But we have no example now. If you we can look at for example, but at this moment it is not important for us. But tank is wider than access data from server, and now it is absolutely clear for me and clear how to explain this part postsSlice. How to explain postsSlice and compare that three situation when we have Redux and asynchronous access, when we have Redux and synchronized access, when data is in memory, and when we have only React without Redux, one regular function, when we have asynchronous request and promise object and set state, changes state, local state in concretely component. And of course, Redux always have Redux is always have store in the reducer and action dispatched action incorporating changes of state, global state, and subscribed component by use selector immediately have changes immediately is often a local component. It is state. It is local state what connected to global state, and it is practically global state. But when we need global state in a component, we must create a variable state. What is to what assign use selector and global state. Again, always when we when we talk with when we dispatch, when we have a Redux, always we have a creator, action creator. But when data is in memory, when processes synchronize, Redux understands synchronize, we don't need tank. And we have action creator, delete, update, etc. But when we need asynchronous access, when we need side effect, then we use tank. And what is tank? Action creator. Action creator. We always have action creator when we have Redux, because action, Redux need action in store, in reducer. Action changes state. And in React application, what must fetch data from remote server? React without Redux, we have not action creator because React application don't have action. React application have not a store, Redux, reducer, nothing of that. React application have regular function delete, post delete, parameter ID, and that function send request, post delete request, delete request to mock server, and response and return that request return promise, response data coming in, promise give that data give to set state. Set state function changes state in component as a local state, changes that state, and changes, of course, set state changes. It is not that directly changes, but set state changes. It is an immutable way of changes, immutable way of changes. Okay, I am satisfied with this explanation, with this my explanation. I satisfied with this communication with ChatGPT, and I satisfied that I record it and that you can see that communication. I think that I know a lot about programming, and my learning of React and my when I meet that JavaScript framework, because I have a lot of experience in JavaScript vanilla, PHP, and MySQL. My knowledge of web development is fundamental and actual always. Web development. And I know position of JavaScript, but meet with React was very confused because of declarative programming, because of coding, scripting, like filling formular in some administration. It is it is totally contrary to imperative, where I write from scratch, create object what I need, communication between that object, method and properties in that object, connection to database, all what I want, I must code. Here, in declarative, feeling metaphor, feeling formula, it is all declarative, declaration, that term we have always, we declare something and we declare variable. And there is no discussion what is declared. But now we all declare. What we code all is declaration. It is a small part of text. Uh, all is declaration, and we cannot. We why don't write any normal statement? All is some short and all other is in background working for me. But when I understand, I don't lose time in repeating and repeating and repeating about this. I talk with artificial intelligence a lot of times, and you can see video in the past how I explain something. Uh, you can see that process, but you didn't lose now times because this explanation, this explanation of mine is for me the best. When we have Redux, we have an action creator. But one time, in some context, that action creator is tank. In other context, is only action creator, not tank, but action creator. But in some context, when we have asynchronous process, action creator we named tank. We named tank, and there is a more job than action creator in when data is in memory. Okay, and regular function handle or post delete ID. It is something really simple uh, because asynchronous request, response, promise, response data, and that data go in hand of set state, and set state immutable way changes. It is practically local state what and not practical. It is a local state. It is a state of that component. Here we have not subscription, etc. Nothing. It is a component. Every component take care about oven state, and that state can go like props in low-level component, child component, grandchild, etc. It is a flow down data. In React, we have flow down. Because of that, Redux is impressive invention, separate application above React and above any component in React. And any component can subscribe, and it is very maintainable, scalable, and excellent for work. I hope you like Redux, React and Redux, and don't be afraid and don't give up. Learn React Redux. Don't give up. I try explain if I can better explain. But in one video, it is very difficult to explain anything about React and Redux, anything. Uh, okay, if you know anybody that need video like this, share information, share link, you comment, like, subscribe if you need, and the community growing with your engagement. Growing community, growing our knowledge. My knowledge, your knowledge, it is learning like that. It is postulate of learning, growing learners, more learners, more learning. Okay, thank you for watching this video.